Hey guys, it's Ollie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be cleaning my bearded dragon's enclosure because, as you can see, she has made a huge mess. And I'll be giving my bearded dragon a bath because she ran through said mess. So it is all over her enclosure. It is all over her. So she needs a bath and the enclosure needs a really good wash. So I'm just going to be going through how I do that with you guys. Now, normally, she doesn't poop in here. Normally, we put her in a separate enclosure, which is also the enclosure I give her baths in, and she poops in there. She kind of freaks out when she has to poop so that she gets our attention. This time, instead, she must have done it while we were sleeping. So, yeah, I just woke up, came out here to this. So, I'm very tired, but let's go ahead and clean up some lizard poop. Now for the bath, a lot of people use their sink. I personally just like to use this little container. And what you're going to want to do is just have some shallow warm water. Around 85 to 92 degrees is what you want. You can use a laser temp gun to really get specific, or you can just kind of use your judgment when you fill the water. Once you have your water in the container, you can use something like Safe just to get the chlorine out of the water. So as you can see, she's a messy lizard. Ugh. It's all over your belly. Prim. If your bearded dragon does start to panic in the water, it could mean that the water is too hot or too cold. So just use your best judgment on that. Alright, and now that Prim is in the bath, it is time to prepare her cleaning solution. For my solution, I use a 1-to-1 ratio of distilled white vinegar and warm water. Of course, with some Safe in there as well. This kills a decent amount of bacteria and is totally safe for your bearded dragon to use. Now, other than this, the distilled white vinegar, you can also use some other types of sanitation scrubs. Make sure that they are safe for your bearded dragon. The only one I've ever used and that I can recommend is Fluker's. I would have preferred to use that with this, I'm not gonna lie, just because it was such a big mess. But I don't have any on hand, unfortunately, so vinegar it is. Now, what you shouldn't do is use any harmful chemicals. Don't use any kind of Lysol. Don't use any kind of dusting sprays. It's too much for them. Just use. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to take my toothbrush here. This toothbrush is literally only for the enclosure or for decor, specifically when it does have poop on it. And so I'm just going to take that. It's going to be really gross for a second, but I just take that and I use the vinegar solution and just do my best to scrub up any of that since it did kind of dry overnight. Now, the toothbrush I use will either get boiled or replaced. I will not just lightly clean it and then use it again. Obviously, that has a lot of bacteria in it. I do recommend using gloves, but if you don't wear gloves like me, just make sure you wash your hands really, really, really well. And then I'm just going to wipe all of that up with some paper towel. And after I get all of that scrubbed up and wiped out, I'm just going to take my little handheld broom scrubby thingy and wipe out everything else that might be in there, like dirt and stuff from her dig pit. I was literally trying to clean the bottom of this fake planter, forgetting I had sand in the planter to weigh it down. So there's just a whole lot of sand now. I'm also just checking her dig pit for any potential poops since she seemed to go ham with it, but it does seem like she didn't go in here, so that's great. I just kind of did the same thing off screen with her decor and placed that back in there. And now on to her actual bath. So of course there's no soap or anything involved. Then I'm just going to take her designated toothbrush. Of course it is a different toothbrush, and it is one that is solely for her baths. And this is the part that she just does not like. She is not a fan of getting scrubbed. And I'm really sorry for the weird camera angle. I was just more focused on getting her cleaned up without her freaking out too bad than I was necessarily the camera. Baths are pretty beneficial for bearded dragons. Not only does it get your dragon clean, but it can also hydrate them. Bearded dragons typically will not drink standing water. They normally have to see it moving to have any interest in it. Now, since it's a bath and they're moving around, sometimes they can see that water movement and they will actually drink from their bath water. As long as it's clean water, this is totally okay. The reason I mention if it's clean water is because they can also poop in their baths. In that case, you would just dump your bath water. Alright, I didn't realize my storage ran out, but I did go ahead and dry her off. She has her own towel because this happens so often, and she is back in her enclosure, as you can see, enjoying whatever it is she's doing. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go take a shower and throw my clothes in the wash because that was pretty gross, and she climbed on my shirt quite a bit more than I was hoping. So that is the end of today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to like this video for the algorithm, and comment down below if you have a bearded dragon that poops out of spite. Subscribe to this channel if you are into this kind of content, or really any animal kind of content. I upload every single Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time, but you can hit the bell if you don't want to remember that. And as always, I will see you guys next week. Bye!